Welcome back to Guitar Theory Modules. This is Module 23. We're on pages 65 through 67. In this module, I'm going to show you how to find the triads in any major scale. This is going to be a really important step toward learning the chord progressions you'll start to see in Module 25. Each note of a major scale is labeled by scale degree. The first note of the scale is 1, second note is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we start over again at 1, an octave above our starting note. In classical music theory, each scale degree has a name. So 1 is tonic, 2 is supertonic, 3 is mediant, 4 is subdominant, 5 is dominant, 6 is submediant, 7 is leading tone, and the leading tone takes you back to the tonic, which would normally be labeled as 1 again. Non-classical music theory labels the scale degrees by number, but also uses the tonic, dominant, and leading tone labels. This book is skewed toward non-classical styles, so I will mostly be using the number labels. However, I will also be using the tonic, dominant, and leading tone terms. And if you plan on studying classical music theory, make sure you learn those other terms as well. Here's how you build triads from a major scale. First, you write the major scale, and then you build a triad, in other words, stacking those notes in thirds using only the notes that belong to that scale. For example, if you're in the key of G major, which has an F sharp, any F in any chord is going to be F sharp. And if you're in the key of F, which has a B flat, any triad that has a B in it, that B is going to be B flat. In any major scale, the 1, 4, and 5 chords are major, the 2, 3, and 6 chords are minor, and the 7 chord, your leading tone chord, is diminished. At the bottom of page 66, we have this major scale triad exercise 1. Your job is to construct these 3 major scales, B flat, A, and D major. Then fill out the triads using the notes from that scale. Then write the scale degree numbers below the staff and write the chord names above the staff. If you need to review writing major scales, check out Module 4. And if you need to review triads, look at Module 21. If you have guitar theory modules, you can write your answers right there in the book and check your work on page 218. Now, your scales may appear in a different octave, and that's okay. If you don't have guitar theory modules, you're going to need some manuscript paper. I have some free manuscript paper you can download from my website. I'll leave a link for that in the description. We're going to go over these answers now, so pause the video, do your work, start the video, and check your work. B flat major scale. First, write a B flat major scale with B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, and B flat. Then fill in the triads using the notes from the B flat major scale. So any B is going to be B flat, any E is going to be E flat. We write the scale degrees below, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 again when we reach the B flat at the end of the scale. And then we write the chord names above. B flat major, C minor, D minor, E flat, F, G minor, A diminished, and B flat. Next, we write the A major scale, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and then A again. Write your triads using the chords from the A major scale. A major has F sharps, C sharps, and G sharps, so any F, C, or G is going to be sharp. Write the scale degree numbers below, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 again when we reach that last note, the A. And then write in your chords. A major, B minor, C sharp minor, D major, that is, E major, F sharp minor, G sharp diminished, and A major. Next, write in your D major scale. That'll be D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and D again. Next, write your triads. D major has F sharps and C sharps, so any F or C is going to be sharp. Write the scale degree numbers below, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 again when we reach the D at the end. And then we write the chord names above. That'll be D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor, C sharp diminished, and D major again. On page 67, we have this major scale triad exercise 2. This time you're given a key signature and a scale degree label, either 1 through 7, or tonic for the 1 chord, dominant for the 5 chord, leading tone for the 7 chord. Your job is to name the major key, and you can review Module 6 if you need to refresh on that. Next, write the chord that corresponds with the scale degree that you're given, and then name that chord. You're probably going to need to write out scales and chords to work this out, so don't forget I've got that free manuscript paper you can download from my website. If you have guitar theory modules, you can write your answers right there on the page, and you can check your work on page 218. It's possible your chords may appear in a different octave than mine, and that's okay. And if you don't have guitar theory modules, go ahead and download that free manuscript paper. I'm going to go over the answers next, so pause the video, do your work, start the video, and check your work. Number 1, we have 2 sharps in the key signature. That puts us in the key of D major. Let's go ahead and build a D major scale and its triads, and then we can figure out that the dominant chord, which is the 5 chord, will be A major. Number 2, we have 1 flat in the key signature. That puts us in the key of F major. Let's go ahead and build an F major scale and its triads. From there we can see that the 2 chord is G minor. Number 3 has no key signature, and that puts us in the key of C major. Let's go ahead and write out the C major scale and its triads, and then scale degree 6 will be an A minor. Number 4, we have 2 flats in the key signature. We are in the key of B flat major. We build out that B flat major scale and its triads, and then the chord built on scale degree 4 will be an E flat major. Number 5, 3 sharps in the key signature puts us in the key of A major. Let's build an A major scale and its triads, and then from there we can figure out that the leading tone chord, leading tone is based on the 7th scale degree, is G sharp diminished. Number 6, 1 sharp in the key signature puts us in the key of G major. We build out a G major scale and its triads. From there we can see that the tonic chord, which is the 1 chord, is G major. Number 7, 1 flat in the key signature, we're in F major. Build out the F major scale and its triads, and the chord built on the 5th scale degree will be C major. Number 8, we have 2 sharps in the key signature, we're in the key of D major. We build out a D major scale and its triads, and from there we can figure out that the 3 chord is F sharp minor. Number 9, 1 sharp in the key signature puts us in the key of G major. Write out the G major scale and its triads, and from there you can figure out that the 4 chord is C major. Number 10, we have 2 flats in the key signature. We are in B flat major. We write out that B flat major scale and its triads, and from there we can figure out that the 7 chord is A diminished. Number 11, no key signature, so we're in the key of C major. We build out a C major scale and its triads. The dominant chord is the 5 chord, so the dominant chord will be G major. And finally, number 12, we have 3 flats in the key signature. That puts us in the key of E flat major. Build out an E flat major scale and its triads, and from there it's not too hard to figure out that the 1 chord is E flat major. Your assignment for this module is to get in the habit of quizzing yourself on the music you play. Ask yourself, what is the key signature? What is this melody note? Is it the tonic? Is it the 3? Is it the leading tone? And what chord is this? Is this the 4 chord? Is this the dominant chord? Is this the 1 chord or tonic? It also wouldn't hurt to practice writing major scales and their triads as we did on page 66. You could tie this into the circle of fifths, which you learned about in Module 22. You could start at the top of the circle on the C, write out the C major scale and its triads, then move clockwise, do the G scale and its triads, then the D scale, and so forth. Or you could go the other way, start on the C, then go to the F, write out the F major scale and its triads, then the B flat major scale and its triads, and so forth. Don't forget to check out guitar theory modules. Of course, you can watch all these videos for free, but if you have a copy of guitar theory modules, you'll have all this information in one place. It's going to be a lot easier to follow along, so I'll leave a link in the description. That's all for now. Take your time with this module, and when you're ready, I'll see you in module 24, where you're going to learn how to invert intervals.